Day two, a new student orientation. My name is Emmanuel Cruz. I go by he, him pronouns. I am the director of admissions here at NYSID. So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge and welcome you guys all. We're so excited to see so many of you guys here today as we get started and hearing from our campus partners about some of the great ways that we're here to support you in your journey as new members of our campus community. But I also, before we get started in learning and hearing from our campus members, I get the great pleasure of introducing David Sproles, our president. Thank you.
Thanks, Manny. Good morning to you all. As Manny said, my name is David Sproles, and I am lucky to be the president of the New York School of Interior Design. It is truly my pleasure to welcome you to our Fall 2022 orientation. I stumble over that because you realize we haven't been in this room like this for over 2.5 years, so it's pretty exciting. It's doubly my pleasure because we're actually live streaming this for the first time as well to those who can't be here on campus with us. It's an understatement to say that these past few years have been challenging. They have tested all of us in one way or another. But we've gotten through it, and we are here moving towards a more positive future, a future that today starts with you. You are beginning your studies in an incredibly interesting and rewarding profession, and you're doing it at a very special place, my New York School of Interior Design, and now your New York School of Interior Design, our NYSID. For months, the admissions office has been processing your documents, evaluating your paperwork and portfolios. And for many of you, there's been back and forth communication as well. It may sound corny, but this moment for me is very special. It's where I get to say hello to you all. I say this because NYSID is not a big place, physically or even virtually. We're not some huge institution where you're just going to bounce through being known by your ID number. We're on a first-name basis around here, whether it's on-site or online, or some version of both. You're going to get to know the faculty and staff, and we're going to get to know you. It's part of what makes NYSID special. Many of you are coming to study in our undergraduate programs, the BID certificate, the associate's degree, or the bachelor's of fine arts. Others of you are in our master's programs. Some are enrolled in our completely online programs. You're coming from all sorts of backgrounds, lives, you're high school graduates, career changers, working professionals. And many of you are coming from truly different places all over the region, the country, and the world. It's what this diversity of what you are and what we are is what helps us make NYSID special. We are a welcoming, inclusive place, determined to hear you and help you become the best possible designers there are. Now, I said these are challenging times. The pandemic made us all deal with issues we didn't know existed just a couple of years ago. But we've come through stronger and prepared. Prepared to keep you safe and healthy, that's paramount. And prepared to educate you and help you become the best designer that there is. In 2016, the college celebrated its 100th anniversary, which was quite an achievement. It was a great success, a time for us to reflect on the past and celebrate our many successes. But now we are looking to the future. A future informed by the past and a future that includes you. A century ago, interior design, as we recognize it today, was just beginning to come together as a profession. Edith Wharton and Ogden Codman had written The Decoration of Houses. Elsie de Wolfe was beginning to practice, Shelter magazines were beginning to be published, and in 1916, Cheryl Whiten founded the New York School of Interior Design, and shortly thereafter wrote Interior Design and Decoration, a seminal textbook used for decades that informed students on the art of design. Throughout the years, the college grew with the profession, attracting top architects and designers as faculty, and we graduated students who went on to become industry leaders. Today, we still have the best faculty, and we are still graduating students who are changing how we live. And in a few years, that will include you. And we aren't resting on our laurels. Design Intelligence, one of the foremost and respected design publications, consistently ranks our programs within the top 5 in the United States. This is based on a survey that they do of design and architecture firms, asking them to choose the best colleges in the country for the study of interior design. In the most recent one, they ranked schools in terms of focus areas like presentation skills, materials knowledge, technology, and project management. Of these 24 categories, NYSID was in the top 3 in 23 of them, number 1 in 7. We are also the highest ranked college in New York City in the category schools most hired from. Not bad, but I have to say we deserve it. We have outstanding faculty and staff, extremely talented students, and alumni doing extraordinary things in the field. As I said, NYSUD has a rich past, but an even more exciting future, and that's because of you. I have no doubt that among you today are future principals, firm owners, project managers, reformers, individuals who will move the profession forward and help redefine the interior environment. Each of you demonstrated great potential during the admissions process and are here now, joining the NYSUD community as students. Eventually, you'll become alumni, enjoying the NYSUD tradition of being great designers and thinkers. Something in each and every one of you made you want to study interior design. But while you're at that college, take that spark and nurture it. Be open. You are certainly going to be challenged in your upcoming classes, but welcome it. Nurture your passion. And take advantage of the immensely talented faculty we have here. I said this is a small place where we are on a first-name basis, and I mean it. Talk to your teachers. They'll certainly know your name. Let them help fuel your passion. And get involved. Join the undergraduate or graduate student associations. Participate in the events they plan. Join our student chapter of museums, galleries, showrooms. You name it. It's all within walking distance of where I'm standing at this very moment. Now, you're probably wondering what the next few weeks, months, and even years are going to be like. You're excited and a little bit afraid of the unknown. You look at the student work on our website and hanging on the walls and wonder if you're ever going to be able to do that. You will. And remember, you're not alone in this. There is a whole support network here at NYSUD to help you, from academic advising, to tutoring, to counseling, to career services. You're going to hear from a lot of them today. We're all working to provide you with the best education possible. So, today's orientation, it's the beginning. The potential amongst you is tremendous. It is exciting for me to welcome you all to the New York School of Interior Design community, our NYSUD. I said that we were all on a first-name basis around here, so let me reintroduce myself. Hello, my name is David, and welcome to the New York School of Interior Design. And enjoy the rest of the presentations. Let me introduce Ellen Fisher, our Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean, and I should also mention Ellen is ranked as one of the 25 most admired educators in the country by Design Intelligence. Ellen, it's all yours.
So good morning. Here we are on a beautiful New York day. For some of you who might never have been in New York, this is a pretty classic, wonderful New York summer day, if you're lucky to get it, and we are. So I also want to welcome you. I'm going to take off my mask. Some of you are here for the first time in New York City. Some of you live 20 minutes away, but some of you call home very, very far away. And we know you've sacrificed a lot to be here today with us. And welcome to your new community. I, as Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean, am in charge of or oversee or work with my colleagues as teachers, the faculty, the academic programs, and for you as students as well in the classroom. Today's orientation to life at NYSUD is not a formal convocation, but it's still an important day and well worth noting. It's the first day of your new life as a designer. To be a designer is not an occupation, it's not an avocation. In a way, it's not even a profession. To be a designer is a state of mind. It's a way of thinking. To think like a designer is to ask, why this way? Why not that way? And I'm sure that each of you has done that in your own home with one person that you love, saying, why is that there? And let's move it here. To be a designer means being given permission to consider beauty as an ordinary quality of everyday life. Designers create joy. Here at New York School of Interior Design, we value integrity, honesty, and daring. Please remember this as you move from your old life into your new life, that as you meet the challenges of your classes, and they're going to be challenging, whether you're taking them on site, online, or even through a hybrid method, take chances. Try something different. Try different ideas on for size. Learn new skills and new ways of thinking. Be brave. You won't always get the A, and being brave usually means you won't get the A. But it's not the A that matters. It's your growth as a designer. It's the process of becoming a designer. It's learning along the way. And you can't point to anybody that you admire in the world of design, whatever the field, from fashion to interiors, to architecture, to graphic design, who hasn't fallen flat on their face as they try to do something new. You can do that. And you'll have the guidance and support of your teachers, who are also designers, who have done exactly the same thing. So we're in this together. It's kind of a funny thing. I'm an interior designer. The associate dean is an interior designer. The program directors are designers. We are you and you are us. And so we're there with you. It's not anybody that's remote from your experience. In design, really, it's not the grade that matters. But the most important thing that I'd like to share with you today is to encourage you to find your own voice. Your own voice. Sometimes in design, we're inspired by the work of other people outside, very famous people, right? Work that you see online and Instagram and magazines. And it's okay to try their ideas on for size because you want to know what that feels like. It's like going to the museum and copying a famous painting. It puts you in the mind of that designer. But at the end of the day, that's not your work. And your friend's work or the other person in the class, you might see them doing something that's inspiring to you. That's great. Be inspired, but don't copy. Don't use anybody else's ideas as your own without giving them an acknowledgement that this was somebody else's idea for inspiration. And then it's fine. But you're going to take everything in and make it your own. And that's what you're going to feel in 2 years or 1 year or 4 years, that when you graduate, you have found your own voice as a designer. As David said, NYSUT is a diverse community in many ways. And for some of you, it's your first college experience, and for others, it means a return to school after a long time. That's very interesting because that's a sort of age diversity. But we also have a cultural diversity. And yesterday I had the pleasure of welcoming our international students. But for those of you who are New Yorkers or even our online students, you know that you have a whole heritage, a whole culture of your own, whether you're from Oklahoma or you're from Korea. And we want you to bring that to your work as a designer. Okay? We want you to honor your heritage, to teach others about what's important to you, the beautiful parts of a culture that you're born into. That's a thing that nobody can replicate for you. And we want to celebrate along with you and learn from it. Because to be a designer really is to be a person of the world. And how can we be people of the world without knowing, through empathy, other cultures, other places, and other histories? So I really encourage you to share that, and you will find that your teachers support that 100%. This is what we want to bring to our classrooms. It's what's going to make the entire design profession much more rich, and it starts with you here. So don't be in any way shy about doing that. Your teachers and advisors and fellow students, what we have in common is our love and practice of design. But I do want to say, educationally and socially, the next few months are going to be very challenging. So those of you who might have a significant other or a parent or a child even who, let's say, went to law school, they think law school was really hard. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to be very surprised when they say, why do you have to work on the weekend? Why do you have to stay up all night? Well, you shouldn't be staying up all night. But why do you have to work so hard? It's only decorating. Okay? Do not listen to them. It is not only decorating. You're learning how to create environments in which people are going to be happy. They're going to be healthy. Not only are you fulfilling your own artistic dream, right, of making art and design part of the way you earn your living and the way you live your life, but you are really helping people, and that's very, very important. And if people want to call it decorating, decorating's not a dirty word. Picking out a pillow isn't a bad thing. You know, that's a wonderful thing that we get to do, along with designing a hospital oncology center. So we're designing every place. There's not a place you can think of in the world, maybe not in the world, but in certain parts of the world that has not been designed by an interior designer. Not a single place. So keep that in mind as people try and get you off track or tell you you don't have to study or tell you you're working too hard on your project. You're not, but at the same time, be prepared. If you experience stress or loneliness or any other difficulty, then please remember what I'm telling you now. Also echoing David. You will succeed, and you will get to the end. And as I said, one day, you're going to walk across that stage at commencement and receive your degree, and you're going to know everything that you've learned. It's a tremendous, tremendous achievement. I also want to remind everyone and tell you for the first time that respect is the foundation of our college. So respect comes in a lot of different forms. Sometimes respect is from your teacher and when they give you the grade you deserve, not maybe the grade you want. Respect is how you appreciate the work of others when it's presented to you by your colleagues and your classmates. Respect is how you communicate with your instructors and with each other, and how you present your self-respect, how you present that to the outside world. But respect is really important, because if we don't have respect in our classrooms and in our school, we don't really have anything. So design and being here is not this competitive dog-eat-dog thing. No teacher is going to say, I only give out 1A. They'll give out 12 A's if there are 12 people in the class and 12 people deserve it. So respect is between us, and it's what creates our community. The other thing that I really, really want you to remember is the power of positive thinking. So for those, as you get to know me, and for those of you who know me, you know I'm extremely sentimental and corny when it gets right down to it. And the power of positive thinking is a very corny thing, but I believe in it. What I believe is in setting your intentions, and maybe that's a less kind of trite way to set it. And I know many of you probably do set your intentions, which is why you're sitting here today. You decided, I'm going to do this. So the intention that I want you to put into your own mind right now is to just shut your eyes for a minute. Just shut your eyes. Think of one of your personal goals or dreams for yourself in the coming 1 to 3 years. Just think about it. Okay. Now, mentally, write it down, or physically write it down. Stick it in your wallet, put it in your phone, put it in the back of your mind. You're setting your intention. Don't even think about it anymore. You know, you need to live in the moment and start sort of going forward. But in 1 year, or 2 years, or 4 years, I'm going to remind you about this, and you're going to remember it, and you're going to know that you have achieved your goal. It's going to be a pretty amazing moment. I kind of get chills thinking about it. So congratulations on moving closer to achieving those goals. Welcome to your first step. Welcome to New York School of Interior Design. Thank you. So we need to, Karen, am I moving the slides forward?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So these are the staff, the academic and administrative staff of New York School of Interior Design. I'm going to introduce them, and as I call your name, if you're here, would you stand up? For some of you, they've only been names in an email or on a website, but it's great to see the real people. Some of us have not been together for 2.5 years, so we're pretty excited to see each other too. So I kind of look the same, but I have different glasses. So let's welcome Dan Harper. Dan is our Associate Dean. The next fellow is Todd Klass. He's not down here, but you might see him at the Grad Center when you go down. Barbara Weinreich, Director of Graduate Programs. Billy Kwan, Director of the Library. He's in the back of the room. And by the way, we love our library. It's a library like you've never encountered. It's a world-class library for a small school, serving you in ways, all kinds of ways, both electronic as well as on-site. Freya Von Saun, our coordinator of online and blended learning. Freya is our Canvas guru. I hate to say that, probably hates the sound of that, but you know, if you have a problem with Canvas and getting into your courses and things like that, Freya's your woman. And that goes especially for our online students. Jennifer Melendez, our wonderful registrar. You'll meet I don't think Sean is here. Sean Fillion? He's not here, but he's the director of our lighting design program. Susie Gensler is next with the glasses. She's the director of the Master of Professional Studies in Healthcare Design. David Bergman is the MPS director for Sustainable Interior Environments. So they're grad school directors. Ashley Rose is the director of the Institute for Continuing and Professional Studies. Those are non-credit courses that lots of people take after they graduate, while they graduate, extra things in Photoshop, and you name it, there are really 1,000 courses. Sasha Flowers, a very important person, career and services coordinator, career and internships, it's a mouthful, sorry, coordinator of career and internship services. Alexis Barr, director of the Writing Center, and some of you will have Alexis as a faculty member. Shell Azar, senior academic advisor and coordinator of outside scholarship opportunities. Elisa Canellis, undergraduate student advisor. And I don't think Topaz is here, but Topaz is our graduate student advisor. So I believe I have totally gotten ahead of the slides, but this is what the advisors will do for you if you can read fast, but basically you already know this. They will help you achieve your goals, they will follow you. If you've been to college before and you were assigned some random junior faculty member as your advisor, that is not what happens here. Everybody has an academic advisor by the first initial of their last name, or in the Graduate Center, it's Topaz and others, and you can see them regardless of your issue. So if you're having a problem with the faculty member, if you are concerned about your progress, if you want to map out the next 4 semesters, this is the person that you're seeing. If you're having any other kind of problem, they can steer you to the right staff person to talk to, the bursar, the psychologist, the dean of students. Disability services, right now, I'm in charge of disability services, soon to be rectified. So if you're a person, because I'm not the best person to do that, but we're about to have somebody take that on. If you're a person that needs accommodations for test taking or for extended time for something, or any other accommodation due to a documented disability, learning or otherwise, then you can contact me through your academic advisor. They'll direct you to me. The academic advisor is like your first door to any kind of services other than sort of financial and admissions. So let us know. We're happy to help. Obviously, we want you to succeed. Tutoring. So we offer free peer-to-peer tutoring. You don't pay for this at all. It's mainly for technology classes, although we hope to expand that this year. Up until this point, it's been largely online and very successful, but this year we will have writing. You will get first-class help for any kind of writing, especially our English as second language learners, people that don't maybe feel comfortable writing an essay. It's all kinds of writing, including your concept statement for a design project. So please see the Writing Center as well as other tutors, and those will be posted shortly. Are the schedules posted already? No, they will be soon. Sasha would love to meet you. You have to have taken 12 credits at NYSED before you can use our Career Services office. So you're starting your first semester, but by January you should be able to do that. And we have a 98% placement rate, which is, I imagine, a good reason why most of you are here, because it's or one of the reasons you're here. You know, do your best. We have a place for you out in practice. And internships, there's no one more committed to your success I have to say, at NYSED than Sasha. So you do a pretty wonderful job. And you should, I don't know, Manny, is this presentation going to be posted someplace? Manny, not here. It may be. Great, so you can also get these numbers again. And that's it. I'm going to introduce Jennifer Melendez, yes? Our registrar, to talk about registration, right? Yes?
Hopefully the portal.
Okay, the portal, the mysterious portal. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my office, but thank you very much, everybody.
I know most of you have already been to the portal, so you're probably like, what she really going to teach me? So it's not more of the what, but why. So first, we're changing the portal a bit, so don't fall in love with this too much. If you, Freya knows. If you'd like to change your password, you can do so. Some of you have a very long, weird password. You can do so here. You go to Home or Personal Info. Usually I like to stand in the middle, but, and you can do so here. If you change your password, you have to make sure that it remains at least 8 characters. If it's less than 8 characters, you won't have access to Canvas. So 8 characters or more. On the main page, sorry, it looks a little weird here than it does on the screen. I'm not used to that. You scroll down and you can see the building information. Zeke will also go over this. He's the director of facilities. It changes during the semester. So in the beginning of the semester, the building hours will be expanded. Then it'll change in the middle of the semester, and then it'll change at the end of the semester for finals and for more study time. So if you show up on campus and the doors are closed, that's because you didn't check the website to make sure that the building hours change. So please do so, because it does change. I have shown up to the Grad Center a bit early and I didn't check the website. So please check. Don't be me and show up too early and the doors are closed. We have the academic calendar in several places. You can find it on the website. You can find it on the portal in 2 different places. I try to have at least 2 to 3 semesters ahead of time. I don't have the summer 2023 up just yet, but I promise that I will. But you can find it under registration and then academic calendar. These are important dates. You can email us and we'll send you the academic calendar, but you have to make sure that you are in charge of the calendar yourself. Okay, so it has the drop dates, the add dates, the refund dates, when to register, open registration for all semesters. Now, this is information that you're like, I've already done this, I've already registered, but again, it's not the what, but with a why. So you go to registration and then course registration. Here you can have, there's some FAQs there. What is the day of the week arming? Thursday. What are mini courses? How do I drop a course? This information is there. Our hours are there as well. We have hybrid hours. How to get in contact with us. All this information is there. Some of you have run across this. You have to do this every single semester. It takes a minute. So if you can't see boxes, if you can't register, this is what you're going to run into. So before you call us, just make sure you do this. I promise it only takes a minute. So personal info update. We want to make sure that we have the most up-to-date information for you. So this is a personal local address. So if you're from out of state, but you're currently in New York City, we need to have your local address. And then registration agreement. It just says that I am an adult and I know that I'm registering for these courses. Once you're done doing that, you can go over to the next page and it'll take you to registration. And then you can either click on add and drop courses or course search. It takes you to the same page. That's why I said don't fall in love with this, because we're changing it a little bit. And then you can see that I have fall 2020 circled. And that's because there are several times during the year we have more than one semester open. So we'll have summer open and fall open. So you want to make sure that you're clicking on the correct semester before you select search. Then you see this area. Can you see my mouse moving? Probably not. Do you see the mouse moving? No. Okay. So you'll see that it says title, begins with, course code. You want to make sure that that's completely empty because it kind of wigs out the system a little bit. Just click on search. You want to look for everything. And then when you're on the next page, you'll see all this information. Now, what is it? If you see boxes, that means you are allowed to take that course. If you do not see boxes, you are not allowed to take that course, okay? It depends on the program that you're in. You can contact your advisor if you have any questions. You can contact us. We'll be happy to help. But if you don't see boxes, you can't take the course. So if you do see boxes, you'll see, well, Alexis is here, so we'll use her example because I actually circled her course. You'll see 101LA. Ooh, went too far. Sorry, I didn't know this was touchscreen. You'll see that there's 1 seat left out of 25. You'll see that it's on Mondays from 2:15 to 4 at the main campus. and it has a duration of the whole semester, but it's on Mondays. So you're not coming every day, you're only coming on Mondays. And that's what I meant by the why. And when you're done, you select that course, you put a little check in that checkbox, and then add courses. And then you see all the numbers on the bottom, and that takes you to the different level courses. And then when you're done, you're automatically placed in the reserve status. That means you have a seat in that course. So I do get calls that says, my advisor hasn't approved it. It's okay. Your advisor will see it. If you are in a reserve status, that is your seat, okay? If you have a hold on your account, you will not see any boxes. This is where you can see that you have a hold and who to contact about that hold, what kind of hold. Make sure you get in contact with us. I did change it so that you can email us as well, so you'll see the phone number of the office and the email address. This is a transition slide. Okay, I am not working in the Bursar office, but I said that I would help. So I'm going to read off of this, so I apologize. It says, we manage student accounts, making sure you're billed correctly, and making sure any payments, financial aid, scholarships are correctly applied to your account. So if you have any billing and statement questions, contact us. We are not limited to online payments. We accept payments over the phone, by mail, or in person at a scheduled time. No cash. We also offer payment plan options that spread your balance payments over a period of time. Any changes made to your account, add drop, payment, financial aid disbursements will show up within 24 hours. It is not immediate. And then it says, then I just end up reminding everyone to please keep your address up to date. Since we mail refunds and send tax forms home, the 1098Ts, to whatever address we have on file, and I give them the Bursar phone number, which you'll see probably in the next slide. There you go. So please keep your address up to date. I can tell you from experience working with the former Bursar that we do get a lot of those 1098Ts mailed back to us, and then a bunch of calls asking for those forms last minute during tax season. So please have your address up to date with us so that we can get that information over to you, okay? Transition slide for the lovely Freya. Thank you.
Okay, first the challenge of taking my mask off. So hi, and welcome to NYSED. Many of you have probably already tried to get into Canvas and look for your courses, so for some of you this will literally be a review, but there might be a couple of new pieces of information, so let's see. Anytime you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me directly by writing to my email address, or you can write to onlinelearning@nysed.edu. You're going to find that information all over the place, so don't worry if you don't write it down now. It's pretty much everywhere. I've made sure of that. Basically, I work normal business hours, but if you have an emergency, I'm the person that will have their shoulder tapped on the weekend and in the evening. So just go ahead and send an email to me, and you can also reach out to IT. They'll just tell you, they'll forward it to me as well. Essentially, anytime you have an issue with Canvas that has to do with the technology of Canvas, I'm here to help you. And for those of you who are taking courses on site, as well as students who are taking courses online, I want you to know that it's NYSED's directive that using technology will never trip you up in terms of things like, oh my gosh, I can't upload the image to my discussion. What's going to go on? Am I going to lose credit for this? Or I can't get my project to upload for submission. Oh my gosh, am I going to lose credit? No. You're going to reach out. We're going to solve the problem. And all of the instructors are aware of those kinds of difficulties with technology. So, don't panic. don't freak out. We're here, and we're here to help you. So with that said, let's get you into a class. So accessing your courses. So the first thing that you'll do is you'll log in on the portal. And once you've done that, you're going to immediately be taken to what is essentially the landing page for NYSED on the portal, which is going to give you access to lots of information, including this link right in the middle of the screen that will take you to NYSED's Canvas platform. Now, Canvas is a learning management system. It's where you're going to find the content for your courses. It's also a place where you can communicate with your instructors and with your fellow students. So it's really kind of an all-around support for you. So you're going to want to use it a lot and get used to it. The first time that you go into Canvas, if your courses have not already been approved by your advisor and gone through the complete registration process, you're going to get an error message that says that you don't have an account there yet. Not to worry. All that means is that that first class hasn't gone through the system completely and hit Canvas, and that can take up to 24, sometimes even 48 hours after registration. But not to worry. Once you have gone through that process of getting into Canvas the first time, then you will be able to self-enroll for the Canvas course, the orientation course for students. It's pretty short. You don't really need to know a lot to be able to use this system, which is why we love it, because it's really easy and it's seamless and it goes away. You stop thinking about it and you just think about all the work that you're doing and the communication that you're having with the faculty and your fellow students. Once you're in Canvas, you're going to see a dashboard. And on the dashboard, you're going to have lots of information. Pretty soon, much more than what this student has. So the first thing on the right-hand side is going to be a to-do list. Don't get overwhelmed, but you can click through on anything that's coming up in that to-do list and actually look at the assignments directly. And if you're getting crazed by it, there's a little exit next to each of those assignments, and you can just cross it out so that you don't have to look at it. But it is a great reminder for things that are coming up. If you're here and you don't see the courses that you've registered for, say this is 2 out of 5 classes and the other 3 aren't there, no panic. If you click on courses on the left-hand side, it will take you to the slide out menu, and at the bottom of the list is this all courses link, and you click on that and it will take you to a page called all courses where your future, present, and past enrollments will be listed. This means that you can go backwards on this page as well. You can look at information from previous courses by going here in the future. You'll notice that there are some little stars next to courses here. The little gold star means that it's showing up on your dashboard. If it's blank or black, it means that it's not. And if you hover over it, it will tell you why. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see that it says published. Yes, these 2 courses are showing up on this student's dashboard because they've been published by their faculty. Sometimes it's going to say no, and that's going to be why it's not showing up on your dashboard. It means that the faculty for this class have not yet published it. And there are still a few classes that are not published for the fall. Don't worry, faculty are working on changes that they're making. Sometimes we have to bring in new faculty close to the beginning of the semester to a course. We open up a new section or something like that, and those courses will be published very quickly. If you're getting nervous about a course because it's getting close to the beginning of class and you're like, I would really like to see this in Canvas, reach out to either me or your advisor and we'll give a little nudge to the faculty. Once again, I'm taking you back to the home page and I'm telling you again, please self-enroll for this self-paced class. No one's looking at it. We just want you to do it so that you feel more comfortable in Canvas. And that is it. Thank you.
Oh boy. So, hello out there. I'm Sasha Flowers again. There's a few points that got skipped over earlier from Career Services. I was going to try to go back to my slides, but it seems like a lot of slides we got through, so I just wanted to mention 3 quick things. You want to get in touch with our office, please take out your phone and follow us on Instagram. We're careers.nicid, careerservices.nicid. There you can find information on tips on how to update your materials, I say resume, portfolio, find out about any programming that we have going on. We have workshops all the time to help you with your career development needs, as well as if you want to get in touch with us, you can also contact us there. If you want to email us, it's careers@nicid.edu. That's our general email, and all emails go to me directly. And if you're interested in finding a job, Ellen had mentioned earlier that you have to have 12 earned NYSIT credits. That means you can't be enrolled in 12 and looking for a job, you actually have to earn it. So think about 1 semester down. You finish that semester, you earn those credits, and then you can come on to our platform that's called Handshake. You might have used it in a prior institution, and it's a great tool and resource here. But if you want to meet anytime before then, definitely look at our resources on the portal page under the Career Service tab. And the last thing I wanted to mention, we're going to have a career service workshop that's on September the 16th, Friday at 12 noon. So be on the lookout for that as well to learn more about what we do in our office. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dan Chong and welcome you all to orientation. I am the IT director at New York School of Interior Design. I'm here today with Duxie, the associate director. Today we're going to talk about technology. First thing first, everybody should receive an email from us with your username and password. The username and password will be used to log into your computer, accessing your email, track printing, and so on and so forth. So it's important that you see that email in your personal email address. If you're not, reach out to us. Your email address should be in the form of one second. Should be in the form of first name dot last name at nysid.edu. Right. So within this email that we sent to you, there'll be instruction how to set up the NYSID mailbox for the first time. All communication will be through this mailbox. So if you haven't done so, I suggest you to do it right away. The email, the NYSID email is available to you for 3 major semester, as long as you register for a credit card, your email will be there for you. If you not register for the 3 major semester, your email will be deactivated automatically. And you also should receive an email with your ID number that will be used to log into your portal and accessing Canvas. All right, each of you, once you log into your computer, you will have your personal drive. For undergrad student, you will see an S drive. And for grad student, you see a G drive. Please do not save copyright material into the personal drive. We do look at the drive to make sure that there's no copyright material in there. That is illegal to have. Don't save it to your desktop. Don't save to My Document, because those does not travel with you when you sit at another computer. Okay. One other important thing is you should archive your data. Basically, you copy your data to the hard drive, external hard drive, bring it home, so that way you have 2 copies. 1 copy at school, 1 copy at home. All right, so let's talk about printers. We have laser printer, color laser printer, and plotters throughout the buildings at both locations. You can use them. We also have laser cutter that you can use to create models. So maybe next semester or so, you'll be working on the laser cutter. We have option for you to reach out to us, and then we'll train you on how to use the laser cutter. Each and every semester, you have 4,500 units for printing allowance. These units does not carry over from semester to semester. They expire at 2 weeks after the semester end. For example, a black and white 8.5 by 11, it'll be 1 unit. If it's color, it'll be 4 units. If for any reason, when you print a document and it doesn't come out, you can request for those credits. We have an app called PaperCut right on your computer. So you can request for credit right on your computer. With that same app, you can track to see how much unit you have left for the semester. And also, the laser cutter does not count toward your units, by the way. And we also have free and discount software from the vendor provide to you as a student. What you need to do is when you apply for those free software, you need to provide your NYSED email address, which is your first name, last name @nysed.edu. That's the only way the vendor can verify you are a student with NYSED. Right. For those who want to install software at home on your personal computer, we do have a list on the portal to guide you what hardware you need for particular software. So check out that list before you purchasing any software or computer. We also provide computer with all the software in school that you can remote to use all those applications. They are available 24/7, so you can remote in anytime to use them. Instruction for accessing our remote will be sent to your email, your NYSED email address. So that's why I say, if you haven't done so, make sure you activate your NYSED mailbox. And the best way to contact us is through our ticketing system. If you have any technical issue or you want to ask about technology problem that you have, go to helpdesk.nysed.edu. Fill out the form, give us as much information that you can, so that way we can help you, guide you through your technology issue. All right? All right, so now I'm gonna turn over to Duxie. He's gonna walk you through what I just mentioned, so that way you can see how it is. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Duke. I'm the Associate Director of IT, and I'm just going to give you a quick demo of what you're going to see once you log in as a student. So basically, you're going to log in first name, last name at nysed.edu, and the password that you were given from the portal. Once you log in, this is what you're going to see on the desktop. Those are the Graduate Center. You're going to see a S drive. A G drive, and then undergrad, you're going to see an S drive. These are your personal drive. Make sure you save everything in here related to schoolwork only. Do not download any illegal stuff. And we recommend you save everything on your personal drive. Do not save anything on your desktop. The next one is the template drive. Some faculty will save stuff on the template drive, but you can also access the template drive. On the top right, you're going to see a print unit. Basically, that's where you check your print credit and things that you printed out. So to check your print credit, you click on details, and it's going to bring you to this website. And you do the same thing, log in first name, last name at nysed.edu, and then the same password, your computer password. And then from here, you can check what you printed out. And let's say you print something and you want credit back, you can submit from this website to credit your units back. And everybody gets 4,500 units. And this is the printer convention. So basically, we have plotter, black and white, color. And if you look at the bottom, that's an example of what you want to look for. So if you go to a printer, it should have a color, then the floor, and then the room number. This is how you submit a help desk ticket. You go to helpdesk.nicet.edu, and then just follow the instruction. And just make sure if you are undergrad, select 70th Street. If you're a grad student, select 401. This is very important. On the portal, we have two tabs. The first one's the home tab, and then the second one's the resource tab. Click on the resource tab, and from there, you're gonna see technology links and technology documents. For the links, there's gonna be a how-to video. So let's say if you wanna look at how to, set up email, use the template drive and stuff like that, you click on those links. And for the document, that's where we have, software and how to do stuff on Outlook and other stuff. And the last one is I want to make sure that everybody knows that students that are taking credit course will have email address, and those that are not taking credit course will not have email address. And so basically, once you are enrolled in this college, you will have it active. Once you graduate and not taking any classes, your email will remain, active for 3 major semesters, and then after that, it will be deleted. And then for email, we have MFA enable. So basically, it's just another layer of security. You can set this up on the portal. There's a link there on how to set up MFA. Is there any other question that anybody want to ask about IT? No? Okay, I guess I'm going to hand it to Billy. Thank you.
I think it's a good segue to the library, and IT and library are closely related now. So as Duke and Dan mentioned earlier, if you haven't activated your nicet.edu email address, you should do so immediately, because accessing library resources remotely from home, you need to enter your nicet.edu email address and password. It's the same if you contact the library through email and chatting. You virtual reference, you should also use your nicet.edu email address, okay? So I'm Billy Kwan, the Director of the Library and Archives of the New York School of Interior Design. I'm here to welcome you and give you a brief introduction to the library, its resources and services. So here is our hours. The library is located on the 2nd floor of this building, just above the auditorium. Basically, this is the size of the library upstairs. The library is planning to restore its normal physical hours for the fall term, which is Monday to Thursday 9 to 9 p.m. and Friday 9 to 5 p.m. But we remain closed in the weekend because of the COVID and all the, we also have staff shortage as well. So, but we are open on the Saturday and Sunday through chat and references. So when we are closed, we will provide online reference services via email and online chart services. Print books and periodical can still be requested for borrowing or scanning via the online library catalog or online form. Please consult the library website for our modified hours and services. I think I pressed. So we are a special library with approximately 15,000 volumes of books and magazines covering both contemporary, historical aspect of interior design, architecture, and decorative arts. So it's a special library, but we'll talk a little bit about accessing general collection later because we are part of the consortium. Apart from our print collections, nowadays, as you know, library without walls, so a lot of material can be accessed electronically from home. So we have a lot of, a wide range of online resources. These including academic journals and article databases, ebooks, and some of them even your textbooks are also available electronically. You can access all of them from home via the library homepage. So go to the library homepage first, click on the link, and then you'll be prompted to enter your nysid.edu email address and password in order to access those electronic resources. So if you have any problem, like sometime after a break, IT will request you to reset your your nysid.edu email address password. So sometimes you have to contact the IT to reactivate your email address. So the library also manages 2 material libraries, one in the 70th Street building, and right next to the library, and the other one is the Grad Center. So I think this one is in the Grad Center, and then that one is upstairs in the atelier. Okay? And library users are allowed to browse and even use the material sample at both locations. You can just really take them for your project. Okay? Right now, we are still reorganizing the one at the Grad Center. So hopefully, we will regularly replenish the materials over there so that it will be available for you to use. But as you may also know, nowadays, a lot of materials are available online now, even including material resources. We even develop a guide for that on the library homepage. So we will send out email on a regular basis and then give you information to sign up account for these online material databases such as Material Connection, Material Bank, and My Material Library. So you will see on this guide, there are several major electronic material databases. Okay? So apart from me, there are totally 5 librarians, but as I mentioned earlier, only me and Julie are still here, and then the rest of them are library assistant. So we are a little bit understaffed, but we are still committed to maintain the library open hour, physical hours from, as I mentioned earlier, okay? But, so we are here to support you and the faculty, so please feel free to contact us by email or even chat with us in real time using the library via the library website. So, as I mentioned earlier, the NYSED library is part of the NYU Library Consortiums. So in fact, when you use the library catalog, you can see we are using the NYU library catalogs, the Bobcat, and then they have our holdings. What we have is in their holding as well. Being a member of the NYU Consortium, you can go to the library and even use their library and even borrow book from them, okay? Right now, in the last few years, the access is a little bit restricted, but they start to opening up a little bit. So if you are going to use any of these 3 libraries, the New School, NYU, and then the Cooper Union, contact the library first. Send out, submit a ticket on the library website, and then say that you would like to use the NYU library. And then we will contact the NYU library or Cooper Union and see whether I think they would like to get a proof of COVID vaccination before you can go. I think it's a policy for all the campuses. So they just want, but we also don't want to send them automatically because without your consent, because it's a third parties. So that's the reason why if you are going to use any of these libraries, write to the library first, and then we will give you information how to submit your proof of vaccination to these member library. And you can even borrow the book from them and then return it from NYSED. So you don't even have to go over there, and you can return the book. And one thing is that you can use the electronic resources within the library when you were physically there, but you cannot access them from home. You can access NYSED electronic resources from home, but you cannot access the encyclopedic collection of the NYU libraries from home. No. So that is a license agreement, okay? But you can, when you were there, if you can physically within the library, you can use their materials. So I mentioned earlier that is the library website. The library address URL is library.nysid.edu. You will find the updated library hours over there. And then And then, as I mentioned earlier, if you access any electronic resources, you should start from here, and then you will be prompted to enter your NYSE.edu email address and password in order to access that. And then, Alexis will have the presentation next, and I would like to make a promo. You probably will receive email from the library about a joint instruction session. Do sign up for that, because it will give you some background information about how to use the library and how to use the Writing Center, what kind of services Writing Center will provide to you all, particularly if your assignment has a writing component or research component. I do highly recommend that you should take one of these courses. And then the library also do customized library instruction session for your courses as well, but it will be requested by your instructors. Okay? Anything that I just don't, I know we are running out of time, but I don't want to take too much time on that. And that's it, I think. Here's the library URL. So I just want to say that we are, even though we are small, but you have access to the consortium library, and then we are also very specialized. We do have material that no other libraries in New York City have, because we are so unique. We are the only interior design library in this, at least in New York City. So we are here to help you and to serve you. Any question? No? So I will pass it to Alexis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alexis Barr. I'm thrilled to be back here and to be resuming in-person teaching this semester. I teach design history and humanities classes, and I'm hoping that I'll get to know you all through those over the coming semesters. But I'm here today wearing my other NYSED hat, which is as the coordinator of the Writing Center. So this semester, this is our staff, myself, Ray Blackburn, and Rachel Mulvihill. We are the Writing Center tutors. And I want to just put in a plug that the Writing Center really is for everyone. It's included in your tuition, so you don't pay anything out of pocket for this service. So it really is to your benefit to use it. You've already paid for it in a way. And we can help with really any stage of writing and any type of writing that you encounter at school. We can help with research, presentations, bibliographies, your thesis projects when you get to that point, career writing and competition writing, basic proofreading. We're really here for you at every stage and for every type of writing assignment that you'll encounter here at NYSED. And then all the Writing Center tutors are NYSED faculty members with a lot of writing experience. I also will say that we're all nice and friendly and welcoming, and we really want to work with you. So we can collaborate with you on interpreting your assignment. If you bring in an assignment, we can help you walk through and talk about what instructors' expectations are. We're all pretty experienced in reading over assignments, and we know the faculty as well, so we can help you sort of interpret and get started. Organizing the structure of your paper, which is often a big thing for people as they work through an assignment. Things like reviewing rules of grammar and syntax, and that's helpful, I think, for everyone, but perhaps especially for our ESL students. Teaching you how to cite sources and how to work with the school's preferred MLA style of citations. We can't write your paper for you, and we can't fully rewrite a paper for you, and we also can't promise specific grades or outcomes. I will say that our students who use the Writing Center tend to be repeat customers, and they tend to be happy with the outcomes when they do take the time to use the Writing Center. So I'm thrilled to say that we are resuming in-person tutoring this semester. We've been operating online only, and For the moment, the majority of our hours are going to remain online. And so with online tutoring, that's an option that you sign up for when you make an appointment, and it operates through Zoom. And we do require that you complete a short Canvas tutorial on how to do online Writing Center services before you start your first online appointment. And that's a one-time thing. Once you've done it once, that will carry over to future semesters. The in-person tutoring will take place in the beautiful and frankly underutilized library right above us. So we're going to start with just 3 hours of tutoring in person per week, but I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the usage, and as people start to discover the joys of in-person tutoring again, I hope that we'll be adding more hours to that. So we do ask that you make an appointment. I'll review how to do that, and students with appointment will have priority over people who drop in. We'll take drop-ins as we can, but it really is best to make an appointment. That being said, if you have an appointment and something comes up and you won't be able to make it, please do cancel so that will free up the tutor for another student to work with them. Okay, so the portal is your source for Writing Center schedules and appointments. You'll go to the students area and then to Writing Center scheduling. And you can book a 30-minute appointment within the available time slots. You'll see a calendar function, and it'll show you the available appointments. And once you've made an appointment, you can enter the online Writing Center area through that section of the portal as well. So we ask that you book no more than 2 appointments per week for 60 minutes total. If you are working on a bigger paper, if it's something that you know you're going to need the time for, go ahead and book the 2. And often people will book 2 back to back, and that can be a nice amount of time to really get into a longer assignment with the tutor. We will, if we see that people have made more than 2 appointments per week, and it's a busy time, we will, cancel out additional appointments at our discretion, and inform you that your extra appointments have been canceled. Okay? And I always think it's good to visit us, earlier in the process rather than 2 hours before the paper's due. So the Writing Center, both online and it should say in person, both forms of the Writing Center are going to open week 3 of the semester. And again, go to the NYSID portal to the students area for the schedule to make an appointment or to enroll in that Canvas online Writing Center tutorial. So we're excited to work with you all, and good luck as you get started. Any questions about the Writing Center? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zeke. I'm the Director of Facilities here at the school. And today I'm just going to quickly go over a few things regarding access, safety, and security. First off, I'll start with the school hours. They differ from Uptown and at the Grad Center. I also added that we extend school hours the last 2 weeks of every semester, excluding the summer. So that gives you guys extra time to work on your projects and your finals. Getting into the building, you'll need your IDs. I notice a lot of you already have it. If you don't have it yet, there's a little QR code at the front desk that you could scan with your phone, and it'll send you into our page where you could submit your photos, and then an ID will get printed for you. You would need it to get into the building. Of course, you'll need to scan in every morning when you come in. And there could be times where you have to do it multiple times, depending on shift changes. You might know the person that came in. They're like, oh yeah, you were here earlier. And then the guy goes like, no, you weren't. Yes, you were. So anyway, just be prepared that you might need to scan multiple times a day. Gaining access, so at 70th Street here, you scan your ID card at the scanner. You do the same thing at the Grad Center, but it's a little bit different at the Grad Center because your ID is actually a key to to unlock the doors to get in. There are times where at the Grad Center, their front desk person is not there. So the only way to get to our floors is using your ID card. So it's more important at the Grad Center to have your ID. Yeah, we're still going through this COVID business, so face coverings are still required. No eating in the classrooms for obvious reasons. We have designated areas where you could do that. We have hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, blah, 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 blah. We go through that. I'm sure this is all nothing new to everyone. We do have some filters in rooms where we don't have windows just to help, clean out the air. We've cleaned our air conditioning systems, so we're all ready to go and provide the best quality air as we can. So at the front desks, the typical stuff you'll find at any front desk: first aid kits, lost and found. If you need any help with anything, or I lost my ID, or it's too hot, or it's too cold, or I spilled my coffee, or whatever the case is. The front desk is there. They could probably answer 99.9% of the questions that you guys have. So we have classroom phones. We have phones in every single classroom, and those phones are used to communicate with you guys if there's a need. Say, for example, your professor's running a few minutes late, and we happen to get that information. We can call upstairs and say, hey, just let you know, so-and-so is running late, hang in. And then also, if you guys need to call us, you could call us from that phone as well. You can call IT, I believe right next to the phone. There's a little description of the extension numbers of all the departments that you would probably need to use. So I'm sure a lot of you have already received text messages regarding the COVID testing that we got this week and other important information. So we use that to communicate with you guys through your cell phones, email addresses. So just make sure that your cell phones are up to date so you don't miss any of these important messages. I kind of added New York City Public Schools. So if there's a storm, if there's a snowstorm coming up and New York City Public Schools are closed, if the mayor makes that announcement, we're probably going to be closed as well. Excuse me. We'll probably be closed as well. But of course, we would send out these messages to everyone in advance. So just, pay attention to those alerts. Fire drills, yeah, we still do fire drills here. So once in a while, we'll run the alarms. Sometimes they'll be announced and sometimes they won't be. So if you're here at this building and you see and hear these fire alarms, that's a sign to, pick up your personal items, exit the building using the staircases, and there's like designated areas where you should wait. And then someone from our staff will come out and say, okay, it's all clear, come back in. Down at the Grad Center, it's a little different. They have a public address system. So all the information regarding fire drills will be relayed through that PA system. So I kind of touched on that a little bit. There's some meeting areas during these drills and hopefully during real emergencies. Hopefully that'll never happen, but these are the things that we expect you guys to do during these drills. We have our emergency procedure plan is on the website, so pick that up, take a look at it, read through it. Some interesting information there. No smoking, even on the roof. Again, I went through that already. Food and beverages are not allowed. And student handbook, I always mention this. Pick up a student handbook. There's so much information in there that I can't stand here and tell you guys about. And then, of course, there's some other things in there that is very valuable. So I highly suggest that you pick up one of those or download part of it on your phones and read through them. And that's it. That's me. That was very simple. You'll get some emails with me, once the semester starts, a little refresher about certain things and things I didn't mention today. So if you haven't gotten your COVID tests today, now's a great opportunity to do that. All right. Any other questions? Anyone have questions? No? Good. All right. Cool. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, folks. This concludes the formal section part of our program. As you could tell, NYSUD is a really special place. I like to tell students NYSUD is more than just a place that you go. It's a place that comes with you. The connections, the people that you'll meet here as a student will propel you into your career as a future interior designer. Just want to go over some housekeeping items from today. For all students that are here today, live, in person, if you are a undergraduate student, at 12 o'clock, we have our meet and greet on the rooftop terrace area. Lunch will arrive in a few minutes here, so you could join us on the lower level, get one of your special meals, and head upstairs, and we'll hang out and meet many of our staff members here at NYSUD. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, do we have any students here for the MPSL program? Awesome. There has been a change in the program. You actually will not be going to the grad center. You would actually stay here at main campus. The room number is room 400, which is the lighting lab on the 4th floor. So you'd actually stay on this main campus for your meet and greet that's happening at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. At 1:15, we have the MFA2 cohort. So MFA2 students, you will actually head down to our graduate center for the program. And our students who are in the MPS program, sustainability program, you're meeting at the graduate center at 2 o'clock. And at 2:15, our MFA1 students are actually going down to the graduate center as well. Everyone is welcome to join us downstairs and grab lunches. All the MFA1, 2, MPSL, you're able to hang out with us as well on the rooftop terrace or stay at the lower level or hang out in the lighting lab before your program. We're here to ask any questions. If you need anything, feel free to stop by the admissions table. We'll be outside. And our virtual learners who are joining us remotely, you could actually join a session that's happening at 12 o'clock today. You should have all received an email at 11 a.m. instructing you to join us for the virtual session. Once we're done in here, feel free to head downstairs. They're the lower level, so there's stairs right here as you walk out to the left side, or you could go around and head downstairs to those stairs. And thank you, and have a great semester.